Good morning, everyone. Well, day 18. I can't believe it. It's a lot of days. I didn't think we'd be this far along. It really hasn't felt that long. Wow. All right, let's get on the scale. Crazy. All right. Let's see what we got today. $321.7. That is down 2.4 pounds. Oh, this is just so weird. Let's keep the heart rate. I was trying to stabilize myself because the scale is supposed to measure my heart rate and, like vascular activity and stuff like that. But it says you have to be really still. And sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. It just skips it sometimes. I don't know. Not very consistent. But so down a 2.4 pounds. So it's interesting to see because remember, was it yesterday or the day before? I think the day before. We were up 2 pounds, and I have a theory again that on Friday I got food from this place, this Peruvian chicken place, and the chicken is delicious, but it's a bit salty. But I also had a lot of carbs, and so I didn't know what was throwing off my weight. I'm guessing that the amount of sodium in the chicken and, everything probably contributed to some water weight. I am completely speculating on this. I have no idea. Perhaps if, any one of you knows or is a nutritionist or anything like that, that can shed some light on it, but that's just my speculation. Because then, yesterday and today we're just down a bunch, so. We got 150 pounds to lose. We're down like a little over 15 now. Actually more like 16, 17 because we started 338 and it's 321 today. So yeah. And like I said last night, this week we're gonna focus on being a little more consistent with meals. Last week was kind of a mess. I don't want to say a mess. That sounds bad. It wasn't bad. It's just I wasn't very consistent with having like a few meals throughout the day, and I was mainly having like a coffee in the morning and then one meal in the evening, and that's it. So this week we're gonna try to see if it makes a big difference, not just in weight, obviously, but how I feel if I'm having a couple of meals throughout the day. So like 3 meals, basically. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but having a bit smaller, because the week before, when we first started this, trying to meet my macros for the day and stuff, like breakfast was huge and it was taking a long time to eat and to get through it, and that was a bit uncomfortable. And so I think that's what eventually led me to like, I don't want to do it again. So I started just like having the coffee, and that felt a little bit better. So now let's see if we can find a good, somewhere in the middle for that. So, all right, let's see what we do for breakfast today. We're gonna make a shake, but let's look at the macros and how we're gonna put it together. All right. Okay, let's just get this going here. Okay, so with going with the theme for this week, we're going to try to do a nutritious breakfast. And nutritious breakfast means having a bunch of things that have a lot of nutrients, and that's why we're going to be using different products from Huel and stuff to make a nutritious shake, basically something that's going to cover us nutritionally. I haven't, this is what they claim, as far as being like a nutritionally complete food. So we're going to take them at their word. We're going to start with some cherries. Okay. So we're going to do 75 grams of these dark cherries. Put a little bit of water in there. Let's see. That's 59. All right. 70. All right, let's do a little guy. 79. Okay, it's a little bit higher than we thought, but that's okay. And now, so let's change that from 75 to 79. And now we're doing 75 of the strawberries. So, same thing. Now 165. So that ends up being about 80. Okay. I forgot to zero out the scale. So let's go with that. 80 of the strawberries. Let me blend this and then we'll add the other things. I'm gonna be adding like a little bit at a time just because when I add everything and then try to blend, it's just, some of the powder gets stuck to the sides and it's just like a pet peeve of mine. So, all right, we're gonna do it one step at a time. Okay, now with that done, let's add a little bit more water just to make sure that we're keeping that consistency consistent. Okay, and then let's go, we're gonna start with, zero this baby out. We're gonna do 30 grams of the Black Edition Huel. So the Black Edition Huel, again, it's another nutritionally complete powder, but it has a little more protein, a little less carbs, and we're only doing 30 grams of this today. So let's see what we got. 10, 25, 27, 28. Just need a tiny bit more. 30. There we go. I hate it when powder gets everywhere. Okay. And then we do complete protein. So now this is their version of a protein shake. So this is straight up protein. And we're doing 20 grams of this. So let's see. 16, 20. Look at that. I'm becoming a pro at this. Okay. 20 of the complete protein. And then we're gonna do 10 grams of collagen. Zero it out. Just go like this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Okay, now let's mix these guys again just to make sure that we're not getting clumps and stuff, and I'll be back. Some more water. All right. Okay, now we add the Daily Super Blend. This Daily Super Blend says 87 plus vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, adaptogens, super greens and fruit complex, dairy-free probiotics, superfoods, plant extracts, antioxidants, and plant-based protein. So, a bunch of stuff. And we're doing 80 grams of this baby, Daily Super Blend. Oh, sorry, 20 grams. 7, 17, 19, 20. There you go. 20 of the Daily Super Blend. We got the cherries, we got the strawberries, and now we're doing 10 grams of cocoa powder. So this is the cocoa powder from Blueprint. This is Brian Johnson. I don't know if you've heard about him, but it's supposed to be like super high quality cocoa powder. And this is basically just for health. I don't know. This doesn't really add much to the macros, but we're doing 10 grams of this cocoa powder. 6, 7. Oh, come on. 8. And then, of course, I'm going to go over 10. All right. I didn't. Okay. Now we're doing 10 grams of the MCT powder. This is medium chain triglyceride powder. It's basically fat from coconuts. We're doing 10 grams of that. It's supposed to be very healthy fats. 9. Ooh, that's pretty good. 10. Okay. MCT powder, and then we're doing, let's see, 20 grams of the nutty butter. And again, this is macadamias and walnuts, also from Blueprint, also Brian Johnson. 20 grams, and again, this is all just healthy fats. So we're doing 20 grams of this guy. Let's see, how much is 20 grams here? Wow, 19. All right, and I eat this and that'll be 20. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Now, the last thing we're adding is 30 grams of the Huel gluten-free powder. So this is a regular, not regular, but the gluten-free powder, which is the difference between this and the black edition, is that this has less protein and a little more carbs. So we're gonna add these. Now we need to grab a scoop. So 30 grams. Zero it out. Oh, come on. I went a little bit over. 41. All right, I'll just change it here. Add to breakfast and update. Okay, so let me go blend all this and then I'll come back and we'll take a look. Okay, and the last thing that I had forgotten to add is we're going to do the daily greens, which is, you know, the same thing as an AG1, I guess. According to them, they have more stuff. 91 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. Same adaptogens, super greens, mushroom blend, antioxidants. But the taste, it's not bad, but it's a bit green for my taste. So what I do is I mix it with flavored seltzer. You know, this is 0 calories, 0 sugar, but it just helps with the taste a little bit. And I like the fizziness of it. Let's do a little more. And then we do, this guy is 15 grams. $13. $14. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Okay. And we mix, and we mix, and we mix, and we mix. Okay. So let's take a look at the macros for this breakfast. Ah, powder. It bugs me because then I'm gonna have like powder on my arms and stuff. Okay. I don't know if I added the daily greens yet. Nope. So let's add it. Let's add the daily greens. We can update breakfast, and here we go. So this breakfast, which is the shake and the daily greens, is 809 calories. It has 56 grams of carbs, 66 grams of protein, and 35 of fat. And this is getting us about a little bit over a quarter of our carbs, a little bit over a third of our protein, and about a third of our fat for today. So we're gonna try to meet the rest of the macros with the other 2 meals. But again, this ended up being more than I wanted. Like this, it's still a big shake. So we'll try again tomorrow, and we'll go even lower on the amounts that we were doing. Okay, all right, I'll have this, and I will see you guys for lunch. Well, as you can see, did my workout. So Lumen is giving me a little bit more carbs for today. So we're gonna start with dessert first. I'm gonna do 100 grams of blackberries. So 100 grams, here comes like $15. Berries are so expensive. 100 grams. So expensive. Let's see, 74, 86, 100, look at that. Perfect, and then I save a little bit for later. And then we're gonna do 200 grams of blueberries, so like another $15. That's zeroed out. 20, 60, 85. You know, I just realized that I probably should have washed my hands. Gross. Whatever. 125. 150. Oh, that's a lot of blueberries. 183. This is gonna be super yummy. I love berries. Especially blackberries and blueberries. They're the best. Okay, 199, that's good enough. So we're starting out with the berries. Let me get the rest of the stuff. And here's the rest of it. So today we're going to make this yellow coconut curry. That was pretty good last time we made it. We have some of the chicken that we made, a bunch of chicken that we made a couple days ago. So we're gonna do 150 grams of chicken. Let's see, how much do you think 150 grams of chicken is? I was always, before starting this, so wrong with the amounts. And I really do mean so wrong. I thought everything was a lot less than it actually is. So 150 grams was like, oh, that's nothing. And then you start thinking about it and you measure it, and it's a lot more than I thought 150 grams of chicken should be. So 143, let's get a small piece. 147, an even smaller piece. 148, come on. We want to be accurate. 48. 151, of course. But this is 150 grams of chicken. This is a substantial amount. It's not nothing. And making a bunch of chicken at a time like this makes you know, makes it easy to add it. In the past, I have bought the sort of like store-bought version of this where the chicken's already cooked and stuff, but it's just better if you make it your way. Less sodium and stuff. Put it back in there. Okay, 150 grams of chicken, and then we are doing 50 grams of this yellow coconut thing from Huel. So let's zero it out. Smells good. 39, 45, 49, 50. There you go. And then the last thing we're gonna add is the MCT powder. So the medium chain triglyceride powder made from coconuts. And it's, you know, super healthy fats, apparently. So 15 grams, let's just do it like this. 15 grams. $10, 13, 15. There we go. Ugh. No. I don't want the powder to go everywhere because then I feel like I'm cleaning all the time. Okay, so this is it. I'm gonna put a little bit of water in it and just cook it quickly in the stovetop. And that's it. I'll be back. We'll take a look at it. We'll taste it, most importantly, and look at the macros. Oh, and when I'm cooking, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt because it still needs a little bit of salt and some garlic powder. And we're gonna eat quickly because we're a bit late. We're trying to stay on track today, We're gonna be productive this week. All right. Okay, well, here it is. This is lunch today. So we want this curry to be soupy because that's how it tasted best last time, and it just feels right. So let's take a quick look at the macros for this meal, shall we? So we get 150 grams of chicken, 50 grams of the yellow coconut curry from Huel, 15 grams of MCT powder, 100 grams of blackberries, and 200 grams of blueberries for dessert. We update lunch, and the total for lunch is 736 calories. We got 51 grams of carbs, 51 grams of protein, and 36 grams of fat. And today is a medium carb day because of my reading from Huel this morning, which was a 1. Right, I forgot, a 1. So this is the best. My metabolism was burning fat this morning, so that's why I have what we have. And because I did a workout, they're giving me more carbs. So this would get us about a little over halfway for carbs, 107 out of 210. This is all in grams, by the way. 117 out of 157 for protein, so about 3/4 of the way, and 71 out of 106 for fat. Same thing, a little under 3/4 of the way. So we're gonna have this, and then we'll save dinner for a couple hours, have something else, and see if we can complete the rest of this. But this is all pretty good. Now, let's taste this yellow coconut curry with the chicken that I made. Smells good, smells coconutty. And like I said, I put about a little over a gram of salt and a little bit of garlic powder just to help in the flavor department. So let's see. Yeah. This yellow coconut curry is so good. And I don't know if it's because the chicken is also really good and it just adds flavor. But last time,
I'm comparing it, and you might not know this, so sorry, I apologize. I'm comparing it to when I made the what's it called, the green curry, also from Heal the other day. And at first it didn't taste that bad, but then it was a little, it didn't make it into like a soup, and I didn't have any chicken, and it just was torturous to get through it. It took me like 2 hours to eat. And yes, I made a fuck ton because I was trying to meet the carbs. I think it was last Monday. But there is a problem. If it's that difficult to eat it, if it really takes that much out of you to eat something, you won't do it. So there has to be some joy in it, a little bit, you know, or at least have it not be torture. And this is definitely not torture. This is so good, hearty, and then, you know, berries are berries. They're good. So, well, I'm gonna eat this and then get to work. Productive week. Here we go. I will see you guys for dinner in a couple hours.
Okay, well, it's time for dinner. We've had all our meals sort of close together today, which has always been the plan, just it's a little bit difficult to get to, but today is an ideal day. It's about 5:15 and we're having dinner. So what I did was come up with a way to meet the rest of the macros for today and having something delicious. So I'm gonna use the little bolognese sauce that I made a couple days ago, and we're gonna pair it with a little bit of the Huel pasta bolognese. So it comes out to the following. We do 235 grams of the mushroom bolognese, and we're gonna do 55 grams of the instant meal Huel. So we zero that out and we add it to this. That's 20. $20.47, and it's 55 that we're trying to get to. 49, 53, 54. Come on. Do one. There you go, 55. Okay. Wonderful. And then we're gonna cook this. Then I'm gonna add 75 grams of mozzarella, and then we're gonna have the rest of the berries as dessert. So overall, pretty good. Let's take a look at the macros. Actually, let's make this, and then while it's cooling off, we'll look at the macros and see where we are for today. Great day, guys. Well, and here it is in all its glory. It's like a little bolognese soup like we made the other day. It's like a thick sauce. This one is particularly cheesy and smells delicious. So it's a combination of doing the Huel and the homemade stuff. And some people have asked me why I'm using the Huel as opposed to just making things from scratch. It's meant to, you know, they're supposed to be nutritionally complete foods. They have like all the vitamins and minerals and proteins and all amino acids and like all the stuff that you're supposed to need, sort of like a supplement, but it's also food. And so I originally wanted to go with that just to make sure I was covering my bases nutritionally and make sure that I wasn't really deficient in a way. But then quickly found that the shakes, well, not just the shakes, but their products need a little help in the taste department. For me, obviously, this is highly subjective and, you know, everybody will be different. But for me, I felt like they needed a little help. So I like the fact that they contribute
nutritionally, but I can also add my own things that are still healthy enough and pretty healthy actually, this. And yeah, and then that kind of gives me the best of both worlds. You know, like I have something that is tasty and it's still meeting my nutritional goals. So let's take a look at this. So this is going to be, so this plus the berries. Let's just take a look at the whole thing. We update dinner. And the total calories for today are 2,307. A little bit higher than we've been doing for the last week. Not that we're counting calories, obviously, but it is a little bit higher. And with this, I'm still not meeting my carb suggestion, my carb goal for the day. So they suggested I eat 210 grams of carbs. I'm only doing 168. But we are meeting our protein and fat intake. A little bit over for both. 160 out of 157 for protein, 109 out of 106 for fat. So I guess what I'm trying to do is meet protein and fat intake and then be under for carbs. And, you know, like not go super high for calories. So I know that based on the scale that I have, it kind of gives me a basal metabolic rate. So like how many calories my body burns on, you know, when it's at rest. And that is, where'd it go? Is it here? Yeah. No. Oh, now I don't know where it is. Maybe here. Yeah, here it is. So my basal metabolic rate is, according to this, 2,576 calories, and it's down from when it started at 2,657. I don't like that. I'm supposed to put on more muscle to help with that. But interestingly enough, the Aura Ring also gives me that, and it gives me, but see, this gives me the total burn. So according to the Aura Ring that has also, you know, is measuring my heart rate and all that, it says that my total burn for today in calories will be 3,411. So, you know, we definitely want to be in deficit, obviously, but making sure that we're meeting the macros, especially protein and fat. Or at least that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that is it for today. I'm gonna eat and get back to work. Good job, guys. Very good day. We're on time, mostly for most things. Had 3 meals today, met our protein intake, met our fat intake. We're under for carbs, we're under for calories. This is what it's supposed to be. See ya.